Hi, today we're going to talk about winterizing your plants with Wilt-Pruf. I'm Ryan Glover with Glover Nursery, and at the end I'll have a little tip for the blue colored evergreens. So one thing that people may even ask is why? What happens, especially in Utah, is winter damage on your broadleaf evergreen plants and other evergreen plants, which are, for if you don't know, plants that don't drop their leaves or needles in the winter time. So it's a good idea to help protect those from drying and damage through the winter. Also, cut Christmas trees, wreaths. We sell those items and we've sprayed them with Wilt-Pruf, and we have done that since before I was around. And so we love this product, and it does a really great job. What it does is it just creates a barrier on that leaf, so as the sunlight reflects on it, it hits that barrier and slowly strips that away rather than sucking the moisture out of the leaf. Because what happens in the wintertime, especially in Utah, if you have like a southern western exposure, you know, January, February, we still have really nice sunny days, and so that can get the plants and actually get them to start waking up a little bit, and then it freezes really hard at night and it can damage the cell walls of those plants. So if you have like brown spots in your laurels or boxwoods in the spring, a lot of that is from winter damage, which a couple ways to really treat that is one, the Wilt-Pruf, and the other one, proper watering going into winter before the soil freezes, and then throughout the winter, if they're new plants, giving them water once or twice a month, depending how the season goes. So they're hydrated, and then you protect them from the top with Wilt-Pruf. So a couple things to know with Wilt-Pruf. It's sold a few different ways. Ready to spray, depending how much you have to cover, this is a great option if you just have to do a few plants or some wreath or something like that. That's a good way to go. If you have to do more, then you want to get into the concentrates, which, no, you don't just stare at it. It's a, I'm a dad.
Concentrate.
It's all right.
That's a dad joke.
Yeah, so you mix this with water. So the one other, I guess, secret is don't use a hose end sprayer. That's not the proper method for applying these. So one that you would attach to the end of your garden hose, you turn it on to spray out, not the method to use for this product. So one thing to do if you're doing a hedge or a bigger area, a sprayer like this is great. You put the water in, mix the product with it, put the Wilt-Pruf in after, shake it up real good, make sure it's mixed, spray, and then as you go every once in a while, just continue to shake it because you just want to make sure it stays mixed together really well, so you don't end up with a bunch on the bottom not being used. So right here, this is the ready to spray. These are laurels, very popular plant, foundation plant, which also makes it a hard thing for them to get through winter because if they're planted in front of a brick or stucco home, you have the sunlight reflecting on that, warming up. I mean, just go put your hand on the side of your house on a sunny January day and it'll feel pretty warm. And then at night, it can get down in the teens, single digits, and you know that big fluctuation can be really hard on the plants. So the recommended way on how to apply these is pretty much like we're doing right now, a nice day above freezing to where you can coat the plant and get 3 to 4 hours of daylight on it. It doesn't have to be direct sunlight, just a few hours of, you know, daytime temperatures. You know, obviously not, you don't want to apply in the rain where it's going to get washed off, and ideally not when it's going to freeze, you know, really quickly. So this is the ready to spray. So what we're going to do is just start, if it'll work. There you go. Just start coating the leaves. This is a safe product, so you don't need to worry about, you know, overspraying onto other plants for the most part. If your pets get into it, it's, you know, no problem. So you just want to keep coating the leaves until you can see it start to wet, start to drip off. And I kind of like start at the top so that it kind of drips down through the plant.
It's a good trick.
So going kind of, I guess, a little wild here. But you can see, I mean, it's a super easy project. So like if you have kids that like to help you with stuff, you know, something they
'Cause
could do.
it is a plant-based product, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not, there's no chemicals in it. That's, I mean,
No,
you don't
we
want to eat it, but
yeah, no, we've been spraying this on our Christmas trees and using it for years.
yeah. I think if my understanding is correct, it's based off of like a pine tar.
Yeah, similar. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So right there.
Oops, I just shook the camera too much. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, you can even smell it when you spray it. I know you can't smell it watching, but it does smell kind of like pine sap.
Yeah,
So,
it has a nice aroma, actually. I like it.
yeah. So that's, kind of quickly there, you could go through, make sure you get it all covered, and then just, let it sit, and so they dry. So it dries, and then you're good to go. You can spray other things like conifers. If you have, like, this is the cryptomeria, and we've sprayed this just because it's a little marginal in our climate, and it helps it just from that winter desiccation. Arborvitaes, juniper, cedars, you can spray those, but you want to wait. You need to wait, make sure they're fully dormant, and until you spray those. So those you want to wait a little bit later in the season till the ground's got some good freezes into it, and so then just make sure your timing is right for spraying it when it's warm enough.
Can you say that list again? You said junipers, arborvitaes, and what?
Cedar.
Cedar. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's one other one. I have to look it up, but
Okay.
it's on their website.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll double check. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
And yeah, so and then super, simple product to use that works, and yeah, we recommend it. And then the one secret, well, not secret, but tip is if you have blue needled evergreens, like this is a Candy Can's white fir. If you have blue spruce varieties, cultivars, globosas, things like that. If you do spray it on there, you'll get a little bit of greening out of there, lose some of that blue color. It'll come back the next spring, but that is something to be aware of if you do that. So same thing if you spray dormant oil on them.
So in other words, don't panic.
No.
If you spray them and the color changes.
No, yeah, not at all. It's fine, but just be aware of that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
yeah,
Ryan.
thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Oh yeah, you want to? That was funny. Thanks, Ryan.